For this project, I'm using Lion brand Heartland, which is a worsted weight of 4-ply acrylic yarn, and the color I'm using is called Grand Canyon. And there's 251 yards to this skein, and you're going to need about 2 full skeins of this yarn for about 500 yards. And I'm going to be using a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook. Okay, this stitch is called the Gwenyths cable stitch, and it's really not hard at all. Kind of looks like it might be difficult, but it's not really. So you want to start out with a chain of 45, and once you get your chain of 45 made, you want to double crochet in the 4th stitch from the hook, and remember that we never count the one that's on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet in the 4th stitch like that, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch for the length of the chain. This is like this. So 1 double each stitch all the way to the end of your chain. Okay, once you made it to the end and you did your last double crochet in the last stitch, we're going to go ahead and chain 3 and turn our work. And that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So starting with this stitch right here, not this very first one, but the next one, double crochet. And then we'll double crochet again in the next stitch. Like that. So counting that chain 3, it's like we have 3 double crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to work a front post triple crochet in the next stitch. So we're going to yarn over twice like a triple crochet, and instead of going on top of the stitch, we're just going to go right around the post, just like that, and then do our triple crochet like that. Now we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, like that. And now we're going to be working double, triple crochets. So we're going to skip 3 stitches. Skip, skip, skip. And in this one right here, we're going to do a double, triple crochet. So we're going to yarn over 3 times. There's 1, 2, 3, skip your 3 stitches, skip, 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 and go into the top of the stitch and go ahead and do your double, triple. So you just yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over, go through the last 2. So that's a double, triple. And we're going to do that again in the next 2 stitches. Again, this one and this one. That way we'll have 3 in a row. So go ahead and yarn over 3 times again. Go into the top of the next stitch. And double, triple. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Yarn over, go through the next 2. The next 2. And the last 2. So there's 2 double triples. And we're going to do 1 more right here. Wrap 3 times. Go into the top of the stitch and go ahead and do your double, triple. Like that. So now we're going to back it up, and these 3 stitches that we skipped, we're going to do double triples in them, starting with this very first one over here. So we're going to yarn over 3 times. We just want to make sure that we don't cross the stitches. So go into the top of the stitch like that. Make sure that this group of stitches is behind, and go ahead and do your double, triple. So there's one, and you can open it back up. Now we need to do one in the next stitch, so yarn over 3 times, go in, make sure that this group is behind your needle or your hook. I call crochet hook crochet needle, and I know it's not really that, but I always do. And your last one, double, triple, go in and then pull it back in front of these stitches like that. Just like that. So now we're going to go to the next stitch, which is right here, and go ahead and double crochet in it. Like that. So your stitches are crossed there like they're supposed to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a front post triple crochet right here. So that's where we're going to do a triple, yarn over twice, where we're going to do it around the post. Like that. And now we do a double crochet into the next stitch. Like that. And I'm going to do what we did here again. So I'm going to skip 3 stitches, skip, 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 and I'm going to do a double, triple crochet in these 3 stitches. So you got to yarn over 3 times, skip your 3, go into the next one, and double, triple. There's 1 double, triple. Two double triples. Three double triples. And now I'm going to back it up, and I'm going to do double triples and these 3 that we skipped, starting with this very first one. The hardest part of this is just making sure that that your crochet needle or your crochet hook is in front of these stitches. That way they cross the right way. So there's 1. Two, and I got 1 more stitch right here. Kind of just gotta look around and make sure you're getting the right stitch. And there's 3. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump over to the next stitch and double crochet. And I'm just gonna repeat what I'm doing until I get to the end of the chain, or the end of the row. So I'm going to go ahead and do a front post triple in the next stitch around the post. Like that. Now I'm going to double crochet into the next. Oops. And now I'm gonna do this again with my double triples. Skip 3 and work my 3 double triples in the next stitches. So skip, 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 starting this one. One, two, three, back it up and double triple in these stitches just like we did before. And I got one more right here. Like that. And then I'm going to jump over and double crochet into the next stitch. Just like that. And I'm going to repeat it again. Front post triple crochet in the next stitch. And double crochet in the next stitch. And then I'm going to work my front post triples. Work this again. Once you get this set of double triples made, just go ahead and double crochet in the next stitch, just like the pattern we've been doing, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and front post triple in the next. And then we're going to end the row in the pattern by doing just a regular double crochet in these last 3 stitches, including the top of this turn chain. So we'll double crochet, double crochet in the next, and then double crochet into the top of the turn chain for a total of 3 double crochets in a row, just like that. So that was row 2. Row 1 was the double crochet row, and this is row 2. Now we're going to go ahead and chain 3 and begin row 3 and turn. Row 3 is actually the same thing we just did, except for one difference. We'll go ahead and double crochet in these first 2 double crochets. So counting this chain 3, we'll have a total of 3 double crochets in a row. So there they are. Now the only difference between this row and the last row is, before we did a front post triple crochet here, now we're just going to do a back post triple crochet. So yarn over like you're going to do a triple and come in from the back around this post back here and go back through like that, and then just finish your triple out. So that's the only difference. Every time there's a front post triple from before, we're just going to back post triple around it, and we do that because when you flip it over, that keeps it lined up. So now we're just going to double crochet in the next stitch, like that, and we're going to do our double triple crochets just like before. So we skip these 3 and we start working in these 3. Right in the tops of them. like that, and then we back it up and we do the double triples in these three, just like we did before. Just make sure that you don't cross them, that your hook goes in front of this set. And I look for my last one, which is right here. Okay, and then we just double crochet into the next stitch, like that. And right here, since we did a front post triple last time, we do a back post triple this time. Go through the back of the post, just like that. And we're just going to repeat this same pattern, just following what we did on the last round until we get to the end. Remember, the only difference is the front post triple crochets we did before are now back post triples. Double crochet into the next stitch. So you can kind of just follow along your last row and you'll know what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this to the end. Okay, I went ahead and repeated my pattern to the end here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish out my pattern by doing my double crochet in these last 2 stitches plus the turn chain for a total of 3 double crochets here on the end. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to start again by chaining 3 and turning. And that's really the pattern. It's a repeat of rows 2 and 3. And both rows are pretty much exactly the same, except for you do front post triples on this row, and then on the next row you do the back post triples. And this is what it starts to look like. You'll see the pattern a lot more as you keep going. So again, I'm just going to start with putting a double crochet in these 2 stitches. I'm going to repeat what I did on row 2. And then I'll do a front post triple crochet around this post. And double crochet in the next stitch. Skip these 3 stitches and start in these 3 and do my double triples. So I'm just going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 from now on. See, it's really easy. It's not a hard stitch once you get past the kind of crossing part here. It's kind of confusing, I guess, but and I don't know how many rows I'm going to do, so I'm going to keep working until I get it to my till I think looks good, and then I'll let you know how many total rows I do. And you want to do about 52 rows. It doesn't have to be exact, just somewhere around there, give or take. So now I'm going to go around the entire piece with single crochet and clean up all these edges. So with the right side of your work facing you, you can start anywhere that you want. Probably just start right over here. So just go ahead and start by chaining 1. Now I'm going to go back into that same stitch that I started in, and I'm going to do a single crochet like that. And now I'm going to work around my whole piece, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, and that'll make the edges all nice and clean. Everything looks nicer with a clean edge, I think. So just like this. Okay, once you make it to a corner, the corner here, in any of the corners, you want to go ahead and do, let me see, 3 single crochets in each of the corners. That'll make it the corners lay nice and flat. So I put 3 in that corner, and now I'm just going to continue putting 1 single crochet in every stitch across. And when you get to the long sides, you're going to notice that the stitches aren't very, you're working on the sides of these double crochets and stuff, just evenly space out your single crochets. So I'm going to finish going around my whole piece with 1 single crochet in every stitch, except for the corners. I'm going to put 3, because when you do that, you can see it makes it lay nice and flat. Okay, once you make it all the way around your entire piece with single crochet, and I'm back at the beginning, I just slip stitched into my first single crochet, and that ended that row. And now I'm going to hide all my tails real quick, and then I'm going to sew some buttons on. Okay, for sewing the buttons on, I'll show you where you want to sew them. Here's the kind of, you can see is the more flat side, and then over here is more of a kind of a wavy side. So lay your piece out flat, and more towards the flat side is what I'm going to sew the buttons on, and I'm going to sew them on up here at the top. And that's how it'll connect. And you want to space them. You can actually do as many buttons as you want. You can go all the way down, because it's going to button to this piece right here. But I'm going to do 3, so I'm going to make 1 button right around this area, and then 1 kind of towards the middle, and then 1 right around this area. And I'm just going to be using these holes as buttonholes. So you want to just kind of space them out where they're going to hit the right spots. So what I kind of do is I kind of just bring my piece over like this and line it up. I know it's twisted kind of funny, but that's how it's going to lay around your neck. So I'm going to have a button right about there, one right about in the center, so I have them about spaced right. And to sew them on, I'm actually just going to use a yarn needle and yarn. But you can use a regular thread needle if you want. But you get them about where you want them. Just make sure they're evenly spaced. Evenly spaced the same size as your wavy side over here, from this side to this side, because this wavy side is going to cross over and button right here. So they need to be spaced to fit from this side to this side. And I know it looks funny, but that's how it's gonna button. And I'm actually just gonna sew them on, just like you would a regular needle, or a regular button with just the needle, like this. Just like that. And like I said, if you want to use a needle and thread, you can do that too. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 3 buttons sewed on. And if you want to use more than 3 buttons, by all means, go ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and get mine sewed on, and then we will attach it to the around. I'll show you how to hook it up around the neck. Okay, I got my button sewed on right here on this long side, you can see. So what you do is this kind of just folds around your neck, like kind of like a scarf does. And then this side, once it makes it back around, the short side lines up with this, the long side, and buttons. And I know it's kind of awkward, but that's the way it gets done. And you button it. I'm just using the spaces as buttonholes. So, like that. And and then you can kind of straighten it and see. I'm going to straighten out here like that. The neck hole is up here, and it kind of fits snugly around your neck, and this is the point. So I'll go ahead and put it on my mannequin so you can see it. Okay, here it is on my mannequin. You don't even ever have to really unbutton these. It just kind of slips right over your neck, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You can wear the point at the side, or you can bring it over in the middle, or however you want to do it, but that's it. That's all there is to it. You can kind of work with it and get it how you want, but I hope you enjoy my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to come check me out on Facebook, and don't forget to look at all my other tutorials too. I have a whole bunch of them.